The Republic of Kenya is a constitutional democracy. It is a country governed by the rule of law. The parameters within which the country is governed are well set out in the Constitution. We have elected and appointed leaders. All leaders in the Republic of Kenya who are elected swear to uphold the Constitution. On the top of this leadership is the President of the Republic of Kenya. Beneath the President of the Republic of Kenya are several state officers who also swear to uphold the Constitution. The Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya is one of the appointed state officers. He also swears to uphold the Constitution. All advocates, upon their admission, swear to uphold the Constitution and the rule of law. In the recent past, it has been the order of the day for the government to abrogate the Constitution, to disobey court orders, and to govern in a manner likely to suggest that the Constitution and the rule of law is a great inconvenience in their operations. It is almost 6 months now since the High Court directed the President of the Republic of Kenya to swear in 41 judges recommended for appointment by the Judicial Service Commission. The dereliction on the part of the President of the Republic of Kenya has two consequences. One, it indicates that his legal advisors, and this particular case we're talking about the Attorney General and the Solicitor General, are either giving him the wrong advice or he has refused to listen to their correct advice. It doesn't really matter what of the two is the case, because the position is quite clear. It is the responsibility of the President of the Republic of Kenya to uphold the rule of law and to comply with his obligations under the Constitution. He is compelled by the Constitution to swear in the 41 judges. The failure on the part of his two advisors is one that we as the Law Society of Kenya propose to remedy. In a resolution of the Council of the Law Society made on the 11th of May 2020, the Council unanimously resolved to initiate proceedings to remove the Attorney General and the Solicitor General from the list of advocates. What is the consequence of this action? It means as soon as we remove them from the list of advocates, they will cease being advocates of the High Court. And if they cease being advocates of the High Court, they also automatically cease being the Attorney General and the Solicitor General. And if they continue in office, then the President will be having laymen or quacks as his legal advisors. Today the Council also had another meeting in which we have resolved to draw up a charge sheet which shall be forwarded to the Attorney General and the Solicitor General, requiring them to answer within 7 days and demonstrate why they should not be removed from the register of lawyers in Kenya. A trial will be conducted by the membership of the Law Society of Kenya in an AGM that will be constituted, when these two advocates will be given an opportunity to tender their defense, and the members will give them a hearing and make a decision whether or not to remove them from the register of advocates. What about the President of the Republic of Kenya? A few days ago, the President of the Republic of Kenya indicated that we are in a constitutional moment which necessitates that we remove the cancer that is in the current constitution. Does the current constitution have a cancer? Who created that cancer? You see, Kenyans, we need to be honest with ourselves. It took many years for us to arrive at the constitution that was promulgated in 2010. Now we're being told there is need for us to remove the cancer. No, there is no cancer. There is an attempt here to remove the brain from the body. And the brain is the transformative progressive constitution that we have. And we must say this without any fear of contradiction. The government of President Uhuru Kenyatta has been built on the foundation of disobedience of court orders. And if a leader can tell his people that he wants to change the constitution, a constitution which, from the experts, does not suffer the malady of reform, but suffers the malady of implementation, then there is a big problem. I want to state also that on the 11th of May, the Council of the Law Society of Kenya resolved unanimously, the ones you're seeing here, save for two who are either in Nyanza, Nakuru or Malindi, that we petition the National Assembly and the Senate to initiate proceedings for the impeachment of the President of the Republic of Kenya. Because we cannot have somebody who has taken the oath to govern in tandem with the Constitution who fails to perform his duties under the Constitution. We'll therefore proceed in the manner in which we've indicated. We'll commence with the removal of the Solicitor General and the Attorney General from the list of advocates, and thereafter we'll petition the National Assembly and the Senate to impeach the President of the Republic of Kenya. Now, the responsibility of undertaking the trial of the President of the Republic of Kenya is bestowed upon the legislature. You've seen the manner in which the legislature has acted lately. The legislature has been weakened substantially because the executive wants to have control of the other two arms of government. The executive wants to have control of the judiciary, which they have weakened. They want to have control of the legislature, which they are trying to do right now in what is indicated to be a preparatory process towards amending the Constitution. We want the people of Kenya to understand that the person who has the oversight over the executive, and in particular the president, is the legislature. And as and when we submit a petition to the National Assembly, Kenyans must hold their elected representatives to account. Ensure that you're a member of National Assembly, ensure that you're a member of the Senate gives you a correct account as to why they don't want to take action against the president. This we must do, because Kenyans, if we fail to take action, we are likely to go back to the bad days, the days of the 80s, the days of the 60s, 70s and the 90s, where Kenya was governed as if it was somebody's property. That we should never allow. You've seen our colleagues in the United States of America rose up and protested, their slogan being Black Lives Matter. What matters to Kenyans? Are you satisfactorily benefiting from the Constitution? Are the leaders performing their duties? That is where we are right now. We want our leaders to perform their duties. That is